OpenAI released GPT-5, which is their newest model. The big, yeah, I know, yeah, pretty much. This big AI wave kind of happened because ChatGPT launched with GPT-3, so we went through GPT-4, which was like a pretty massive improvement. Then we had GPT 4.5 for a while. There was a 3.5 in there too. And then we've got all these micro models like 4.0 and all these things, but for a very long time, people have been waiting with bated breath because the jump from GPT-3 to GPT-4 was so big, people were thinking GPT-5 was going to be just as big. It's not.
There's one thing I've seen about all this, and I don't even know if it's official, but have you seen that photo of like comparing the size of GPT-4 to 5? And it's like, it's just a photo of a circle that says GPT-4, a picture of the sun, which is like quite a bit bigger, and then a picture of GPT-5 that's like 3 times bigger than the sun.
Yeah.
Is this official, or it's been on the GPT subreddit for a while?
I don't think so. When we were going from GPT-3 to GPT-4, people were making a bunch of memes like this.
Okay, so this is probably a meme.
And they were showing like the data size scales, and they were just making it like ridiculous. They were saying GPT-5 is going to be this big. Yes, probably not. So anyway, probably one of the biggest updates in GPT-5 is that you no longer need to select the model. We've talked about in Gemini, in ChatGPT, the most confusing thing about using these products is that they have all these models like Flash or like deep thinking or deep research, like all of these different things. Or pro, yeah, all these things. And for a regular person, it's like, how do you know which one is better for what? And it's confusing, and having to do that is annoying. Sam Altman did eventually say, yeah, this is really annoying. So one of the biggest updates is that they basically have an auto model router now based on your query. So whatever you ask it, it's supposed to automatically route you to the right model for your task, which has saved OpenAI quite a bit of money, they mentioned, because, it can use Flash more often when people would use the bigger model at different times, things like that. Something that's also interesting is that pro users are soon going to be able to connect their Gmail, Google Contacts, and Google Calendar to ChatGPT now.
I didn't realize you couldn't already do that.
Well, this surprised me a lot because it seems like that's one of Gemini's most powerful assets, right? Like Google has been in this incredible position because it has all of your data already. Not only does it have all of your like search data from just using Google, but it also has all of your emails and it has your calendar and like the things that you want agents to do or that you want your virtual assistants to do is to take action on things like your email and your calendar and search through things for you. So that has kind of been a thing that ChatGPT has not been able to. So it's just surprising. I'm wondering, and I'm guessing that there is some insane, huge backdoor deal where OpenAI is paying Google a ton of money to allow for this.
I guess I don't know the exact. What does it take to be able to like log into something via Google? Like getting that pop up.
OAuth. It's like It's a thing you build into your app, so basically you don't have to handle any of the user data yourself. You just let Google handle it, and Google authenticates you.
Yeah.
So does Google have to pay? Because I
have no idea.
Can Google stop me from deciding I want to give ChatGPT all of my information in that sense? Or
I don't know if your Gmail, I guess your email data would be something that you could pass off.
Yeah, I think it's wild to do that, and I think.
We do it all the time when you log in
you're right.
with your email on Apple Mail or something.
This is true. Yeah, this is true. But it specifically mentions logging in with Gmail, Google Calendar, and Google Contacts, though, which is different from just the raw file types,
Does that include... I don't know if that's as crazy as we're thinking, because that would be the same for me as logging into a calendar app, logging into an email app, logging into a different phone app. It has all that information that I put in there myself, but it doesn't have my search history. Google still has that crazy amount of data.
Totally.
Yeah. And they get it by
for
default.
Itself.
Too.
Yeah, by default.
They just get it no matter what. You don't have to opt in.
Yeah, when
These
you
are
use
all
Google
still
search and you're logged in your Google account, or if you use Google Chrome, all of these are ways for Google to get more information about you. So I don't know. I'm going to have to do some more research about that.
It is interesting, though.
See if
because
that's a relationship.
If you can just give that even top level information to ChatGPT and ask it questions about your calendar, Like, that's kind of what I
Well,
want.
it would be very surprising to me that they didn't do that before, which is why I'm thinking there must be some sort of deal,
That's
right?
fair,
Like,
yeah.
I feel like when they made all of the, because they made all these GPTs that you could use a long time ago that were like specialized for different purposes, and it seems like being able to access your email would be one of the first things that they'd want to add. But who knows? So that's interesting. They bumped the context window up to 256,000 tokens from 200,000, and they have a new nano model available that is cheaper than Gemini, apparently. Anyways, it's been about a week since it launched. So, of course, they launched it on Thursdays. Now we've had time to actually digest this update, see what people are saying about it. And it's not all as positive as OpenAI would have liked you to believe when they announced it. Most people are saying that it feels a lot colder and more generic and data-driven than emotionally driven, which
Sounds
is
great to
That
me.
sounds
Yeah.
awesome.
which is really good.
That's what I want from my tool.
Yeah, I don't.
I hate when things are data driven.
I know. Yeah, I mean, one of the main updates to this is supposed to be that it hallucinates significantly less.
Sounds great.
And that sounds
Kudos.
great.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of backlash because initially when they launched GPT-5, they just killed the 4.0 model, which was like the previous model that people had been using.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently a lot of people got very upset about it because they had formed emotional bonds with their robots, which I really thought was going to take a little bit longer to happen, but apparently not. Apparently it happened immediately. So that's not fun.
Now maybe GPT-5 will just understand when you're typing in a query that you wanted to be emotional about it and send it to GPT 4.0.
Well,
There's no, like,
without you
spicy
knowing
button?
which one.
This ain't Grok.
Yeah, based on the backlash, Sam Altman did say that they're going to be tweaking things to make it have a little bit warmer of a personality, and then also give it access directly to the deep thinking mode when people want it. Also, apparently, people were saying it felt a lot dumber than 4.0, and then Sam Altman said that on the day that it launched, the auto model switcher was broken, which that seems like an excuse. I don't know. Anyway, a lot of people are not super happy with it, but I do think this is probably going to be the future of these services, is that you're just going to have some kind of AI model that you go and just ask things to, and you're not going to have to be like, I want it to be faster this time. I want it to think deeper this time.
If it sounds like the two biggest things here in terms of like features are auto choosing which model to use, that sounds like a great feature.
Yeah.
I totally agree that like AI's whole thing is supposed to be like, this is easier. You can use your natural language. You can find stuff out without having to like learn SEO like speak. So being able to pick or having to pick between them before was dumb.
Yeah.
And like really confusing. So doing that is awesome. Colder and data driven also sounds incredible to me. I think that is a great move. And I think maybe I wish it was even colder and more data driven.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty good. So this sounds like they knocked it out of the park.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I guess if people want it to be, nah.
Yeah.
I
don't
guess
like
it
it.
could,
I don't-
like, the same way it auto detects your query and decides a model, it could like determine how warmly it speaks to you based on your question, you know? Because if you're like, hey, I don't know, what's the difference between these two things? It's like, okay, let me be like friendly. And if you're like, hey, I have a medical condition, blah, 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 like help me figure this out, then it'll be like more to the point.
Yeah. They specifically said that it was much better for medical queries, which go see a doctor.
Yeah.
Can you not just ask it? Like, if you want it to be less
Warmer.
cold, can you just be like, call me senpai, you know? And then it'll like do that.
I kind of assumed
probably.
that, but like that's the problem is if you can keep asking it to do things that you want, at
Right.
what point is it not just feeding you?
I need a partner
garbage?
I need a partner to at least sort of predict my needs.
I mean, we've talked about this before, but a robot that is just going to be like affirming all the time, people are just going to turn into narcissists.
There's
'cause-
plenty of Manosphere podcasts that you can
Yeah.
go to that will do all of that for
yeah,
you.
well, I don't know. No one's going to push back on you, or the AI is never going to push back on you. You know what I mean? So it becomes a problem. Another very funny thing that came out of that launch was that they released a bunch of graphs to show how much better it was at certain things, and these graphs
Did they?
made
Did they
literally
release
no
graphs?
sense.
I saw Vergecast talking about this. It's
Yeah.
basically like their bar graphs And some of the numbers are not even remotely close, and they're exactly the same size.
It makes no sense. This one is an academic graph that just says software engineering bench verified with thinking, without thinking. And a lot of these graphs, like, they're the exact same size, but they have different numbers on them.
So it says academic, and then it has 3 bars. The GPT-5 one is pink. It has 2 numbers. It's 52.8 or 74.9. 52.8 bar is higher than the bar next to it from OpenAI 03, which is 69.1. And that graph is the same size as GPT-4o, which the number is 30.8. So 52 is higher than 69, but 69 is the same as
30.8. Yeah. They also had another graph that was deceptiveness, and it just said it was rated a 50. What does that mean?
Same.
What does that mean?
These AIs don't understand scale.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. And people called this out, obviously. Yeah. And they were like, sorry, we made this like the night before the presentation and we were really tired. And I'm like, this makes no sense.
I feel like if you had given this to ChatGPT, it would have done a better job.
No, I think this was made by an AI.
No way.
Yeah, because they don't understand scale.
Graphing is like one of the first things we taught computers how to visualize.
No, they are bad at. I've had a lot of trouble generating graphs with ChatGPT.
Someone said vibe coded presentation. LOL.
It's worse, it seems. So
they're good at stuff like that. Like there was a few presentations ago where like it was Sam and a few engineers around this table in their office talking about some release, and it was like the worst sounding video I think I've ever seen on YouTube. Like it was so shocking that this company worth seemingly infinite amounts of money didn't.
I remember that. We were all listening to it and we're like,
mic someone properly.
Wait. This is okay. Deception evals across models, which doesn't tell you at all what that means. There are 2 graphs. One is pink, one is clear. The pink one is much shorter and just says 50 at coding deception, whatever that means. And then there's one that's much taller that says 47.4. It's like, what is this?
Have you guys used this model yet?
I have not.
I tried it, yeah.
I tried it yesterday.
I don't really, it's whatever.
It well, I don't know if maybe this was already a thing in 4.0, but I used GPT-5 with Gemini, and I was trying to figure out how to edit a Google script that I have, which like pulls numbers from YouTube Analytics API, like all this stuff. So I was like, okay, here's the script, do this extra stuff for me. And I assumed Google Gemini would be able to do it, and it just completely shit the bed.
Yeah.
Which is like, it's a Google product and Google Gemini couldn't figure it out. But I put the same exact thing into ChatGPT and it just gave me the right answer. So
really?
They're doing something right. I don't know how useful that is to anyone else, but
that's fair.
It helped me yesterday.
No, it is surprising with Gemini. You know, they'll always make the announcements like, Gemini can now do this. And I'll be like, awesome. And then I'll be like, do this. And it's like, I can't do that. Okay. I don't know. These things are nebulous.
How do you get on ChatGPT 5?
It's automatically. It's already 5. They stopped allowing.
Really?
Yeah.
Because
if you just go to ChatGPT.
I just asked ChatGPT, am I speaking with 4.0 or 5? And it said, you're speaking with 4.0. 5 is not out yet.
Case in point, my friend.
They just didn't tell 4, so it didn't
No,
jealous.
it's only a 5 right now. There is a way to switch it to 4.0 because people got upset that their little ChatGPT model ran away from them. Yeah, but it should automatically be 5 for you.
Thanks so much for watching this clip. If you're interested why Marquez hasn't been here, he is currently representing the United States at the World Games for Ultimate Frisbee. You can check it out at theworldgames.org. There's lots of other cool sports. Have you ever heard of fistball or coreball? There's a lot of crazy sports I've never heard of participating at these games right now. They look pretty sweet.
Fistball.
Go check them out. And like and subscribe. That's what I was supposed to say to start.
And I'll see you on the fistball pitch.